So we are now here with a star whose music defined a generation, and that is of course the wonderful Kate Nash. How are you, lovely?
Thank you for the intro.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm good.
So you've just performed at Birmingham Pride. How does it feel?
It was amazing. It was such a good crowd, and we had amazing group of drag queens join us for the end of the show, Foundations. They all came out and like danced. It was so good. It was amazing. It's such a good crowd.
I'm actually really sad that was in the press episode. I missed it.
I know. We should go see it. We've got video on our phones. So
I will be seeing that straight away. Yeah. It sounds incredible. But talk me through this outfit as well. I know we keep touching on this, but can we just get like a close up on this because of how incredible it is?
How they're separate trouser legs.
Was this your the outfit that you wore on stage?
Yeah.
What was that? What kind of inspired it?
Pride.
I love it.
Rainbows. Basically, also I think festivals now, everybody's extravagant, so you've got to work hard to try and stand out a little bit on stage.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, so, I don't know, I just loved this when I found it. I couldn't believe these trousers. They're just so wide and amazing.
Oh my God.
Like, look at that.
Oh my God.
So yeah, just kind of, you know, express yourself.
I think that's really important. I'm glad you touched on that because it is all about expressing yourself, and that's what Pride is really about to me.
Yeah,
well, what would you say Pride is to you?
I think that too. I think it's just really inviting and embracing yourself, and if you have an inner extrovert, it's a time for that to shine when you might not be able to during the week at work or something. And,
of course.
To make friends, to meet new people, and to really feel like there's a community there for you.
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah, we're all in it together, you know, people here, it's like so nice to be in a group of people where you feel like, oh, I feel safe here, and I feel like these people feel similar views to me about equality and love and positive things, so it's really nice.
So to anyone kind of struggling to express themselves, what would you say to them?
I think just be patient with yourself. I don't think there has to be pressure to like, you know, if you don't want to wear these trousers, then you don't have to. But just that, you know, like it really is about your journey with yourself and not what anyone else thinks. Because once you fully accept who you are, then you're going to be kind of drawing better quality people into your life. And if you don't love yourself, then you might not have a good view of your self-worth, and then you might be, I don't know, trying to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't treat you very well, or friendships, or you know, any of these things. And once you start to be like, actually, I love myself, or actually admitting that you don't, and going, why don't I? Where does that stem from? And how can I heal this so that I can get the love that I deserve from others around me as well as myself? So it's really about yourself and how you treat yourself.
I couldn't agree more, and I feel like you've constantly done that throughout your career as well. You've constantly tried to kind of make people express themselves, make people talk about issues that may be a bit kind of sensitive, and say Foundations, etc., Foundations, mouthwash, etc. were kind of my jams back in the day.
Cool.
But the thing that I think all of them have in common is kind of that feminist element, and kind of that really empowering notion as well. Would you say that that's something really important that you want to convey?
Definitely, I feel like I'm rooted in that. I have two sisters, and my mum, who's very empowered and outspoken, and I had that growing up. I was lucky enough to have a household where I could be opinionated and express myself, and I had my parents like supporting my dreams and stuff. So I know that that's not the case for everyone, and I think that being able to have a platform to reach others is a responsibility, and I take that really seriously. And it was honestly, when I first came out, I just had the front rows of my shows with teenage girls with cutting their hair to look like me and like wearing outfits like me, and I was like, oh my God. And I was only, 19 or 20 as well. But I felt really responsible to those people, and I was like, this is such an opportunity to do something good with this platform. And the nature of my lyrics, I think, make people open up to me. So I'd be talking to people after shows, and they'd share all these amazing stories about what my music had been the soundtrack to, or what, you know, it had inspired them to do. And so I feel like that I have a cause with what I do, because my fans are just so amazing, and I don't know, it feels like a back and forth between us, you know, that's just continued to grow over the years, and I just love them so much.
That sounds really, really special. Like, that sounds like, that's actually like really warming my heart. Like, I don't really have one, but I'm trying my But I think even to this day, you continue to do that with your most recent song as well. Nicely titled Trash as well.
Trash.
You literally constantly kept that kind of almost political element in there. So what would you, I think it's quite self-explanatory, but just for wider context, what is Trash about? What are you trying to convey? What are you trying to make people kind of talk about?
Yeah, I guess Trash is about, you know, what we're doing to the planet, and I kind of wrote it, like the intro to the song is saying like, I've got bad news, have you got anyone you can talk to, you need to sit down. And it's almost like one day when they're like, oh, the world is fucked, we're all going to die, like
10 years.
Sorry about this, how are you going to cope with that? And we all have the opportunity to do something about it now, and just raise our awareness. And although it's like has to come from a higher level of like big corporations, we, I think, as the public and the consumers, have to vote with our money and use our voices, like in where we put our pounds. Do you know what I mean? So if you like tell them with what you're buying what you want, then they listen to that. Their language is money, so you have to communicate in that way. But then also I like to make songs relatable, so it's also about toxic relationships and like how I basically have in the past made myself pretty much trash for someone, like disposable. Impure toxic devotion runs through me like a river to a plastic ocean, and like, you know, that's not good, so I've got to change that as well.
That lyric literally stuck with me as well. It's like I was literally listening to it on my way here, and I do think it's kind of got that dual meaning, and that's what I wanted to ask you about specifically, because at face value it's something that's a pressing issue, when no matter how many layers you peel away, there's always something more, there's something more to say.
I think like, you know, I like writing a love song at the end of the day, or an anti-love song, or whatever it is, or a self-empowered song. But it was Billy Bragg that told me that. He's like, you win them over with the love songs, and then you can get a message across better. And I just think that's what hits me most about songs. When I'm going through something, the lyrics touch me, and I kind of interpret them how I want to. So I like to leave it open to people's interpretation, and they can take it home, and like it can just relate to their everyday life, as well as like, obviously it's about plastic and trash, but like what does it do to your heart, I think, is the most important thing about a song.
I really, really respect that. But what are your next steps? Like, what's in the future for you? What's upcoming?
So I have a movie coming out this summer.
I have a movie coming out.
I'm in Horrible Histories.
Stop it.
Do you know about it?
Stop it. Are you in Horrible Histories?
Yeah, there's a movie, the Horrible Histories movie is coming out this summer, and I'm in that. So I shot that last year.
That's the most
really
exciting news I've heard all day, I'm not going to lie.
And then Glow Season 3, which is my Netflix show about female wrestlers, that comes out in August. And then we're doing like festivals and touring this summer, so it's quite a busy one.
It sounds like it's really, really hectic for you, but
it's nice,
I feel like if anyone can handle it, it will be you, as you always handle. Honestly, like, I see you coming back to it, but I love it so much.
I can handle anything in this, can't I?
I literally, like, compare you to me, I'm in all black, and I'm talking about expressing myself, I'm being open, I'm literally in this.
Yeah, but you know, if that's you, that's good as well. That's what Pride is about.
Yeah, I would take that.
Yeah.
But just to anyone watching again, what do you think the biggest message behind this year's Birmingham Pride is? Obviously, it's kind of been, I wouldn't say like a return to kind of the protest element of Birmingham Pride, in the sense that for the first year ever in this 23-year history, we've had Muslim community groups leading the parade.
Wow, amazing.
And that's something that hasn't happened before. What do you think the wider message of this year's Pride is?
I think, you know, community, that we have to build community and not let what's going on politically divide us any further, because I mean, how many years has it just been about Brexit and like arguing about it, and it's still not sorted out, and it's not going to be for a long time. And regardless of like if you think completely differently to your neighbour, or there can be common ground if we like are open to hearing each other and accepting that we're different and loving each other throughout that. Like, you can have a different opinion, but if it's not hate fueled, then that's okay. And I think that like that's what the country needs, and Pride is so important to like bring people together, because the more they separate us and divide us, and the more we hate on each other, the worse it is for us, and the more power they have over us, and kind of just be, you know, we're distracted by like being angry at our neighbours. Actually, I think we need Pride, we need community, we need to show love to each other, we need to embrace each other's differences and accept them.
Honestly, I'm blown away. Like, I feel like everything you kind of say is so well like eloquently articulated and so well thought out. Like, I'm kind of sitting here like processing everything in my head, being like, wow. But thank you so much for speaking to me,
so sweet.
And thank you so much for showing off this outfit once again. Well, I look forward to seeing everything you in the future as well. And you know that you've got a big fan here. Oh, bless you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Damn.